शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। 158 प्रश्नोत्तराभ्यामेवैतद् गम्यते अर्जुन कृष्णयोः अनिच्छापूर्वकं चास्ति प्रारब्धमिति तच्छृणु। प्रारब्ध कर्म with respect to the ichha is threefold: ichha prarabdha, aniccha prarabdha and aniccha prarabdha. What is ichha prarabdha? Already seen. Now what is being discussed is aniccha prarabdha, so which is described based on the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Continuing. अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः। वार्ष्णेय 158 was not taken. Okay. Take Anvaya of 158. Anichchapurvakam cha prarabdham asti iti. Anichchapurvakam cha prarabdham asti इति एतद् अर्जुन कृष्णयोः प्रश्नोत्तराभ्यां गम्यते। एतद् अर्जुन कृष्णयोः प्रश्नोत्तराभ्यां गम्यते। Last word तच्छृणु. So there is something called also अनिच्छापूर्वकं च प्रारब्धम अस्ति इति. There is prarabdha karma which induces the desires against one's own will. Though the person knows this is not good, in spite of that, so it induces the desires. So that's aniccha purvakam cha prarabdham asti iti. From how do you know? We can know from the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. This fact, Arjuna Krishnayoho prashnottarabhyam avagamyate or gamyate is known, is understood by the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. Avagamyate is known, tat shruno. Please listen that. What is that? Let us say dialogue now. Arjuna asks, take the anvaya of the next stanza. So Arjuna asks in 36th stanza of chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita, Varshneya atha Purushaha. Purushaha atha ayam Purusha. Take that. Atha ayam Purushaha kena prayuktaha anichannapi balad niyojitaha iva papam charati. Varshneya atha ayam Purushaha kena prayuktaha anichannapi balad niyojitaha iva papam charati. Atha means in that case, then. What is that in that case or then? Because from the earlier teaching, Lord Krishna has pointed out Vishaya Dhyana as the Anartha Mula. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsaha Sangasteshu Pajayate. All this has said. Vishaya Dhyana is the root cause of all the troubles. Again, also he had pointed out Raga Dveshau hi Paripanthinau. These are the adversaries, Raga and Dvesha. So like this, at different places, Lord Krishna has pointed out what is the source of sorrows. Arjuna wants to know precisely this is what is the cause of such trouble. So that's why he asked this question. That's why the Anartha Mula. If he knows precisely what is the source of all the anartha, means unwanted sorrows. So, unwanted sorrows, wanted sorrows are there. Sorrows are always unwanted. So, if it is anartha, nartha, what is anartha? Generally in our vernacular, anartha means calamity, etc. Arth is na arthyate, na prarthyate, that is anartha. Arthyate iti artha, that we seek, we take to, that is artha. That which is not sought after is anartha. It can be calamity, it can be otherwise, but it is not something desirable. So that will be the case. What is this root cause of this? That is what he wants to know so that it can be avoided. Arjuna asks, Atha Varshneya, Lord Krishna, Vrishnikula, born in Vrishnikula, so Yadava Vansha. Atha, then Ayam Purushaha, this individual means any individual. Ayam Purusha itself has become Purushaha. This person, what does he do? He says, Kena Prayuktaha. Prompted by what? Preritaha. Prayuktaha, Preritaha. Prompted by what? This person, what does he do? Balad Niyojitaha Iva. As though forced to take to, as though commanded, as it were. Baladiva niyojitaha. Niyojita means commanded. But as though commanded, what does he do? Papam charati. Takes to sinful actions. He takes to sinful actions. Behind that, desire is there or not? Without desire, such sinful actions are not possible. So why should this person take to such desires themselves? Like Duryodhana. Duryodhana did know, Janami dharmam nachame pravrutti, janami adharmam nachame nivrutti. He knew well, and yet he was indulging all these things. What is this? What makes them take this way, helplessly as it were, or as though commanded by someone? So that is the question Lord Krishna is now answering in the 37th stanza, the next stanza of 3rd chapter. Kama esha krodha eshaha रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्धेनमिह वैरिणम् एषः कामः रजोगुणसमुद्भवः एषः क्रोधः महाशनः महापाप्मा एनम् इह वैरिणम् इति विद्धि एनम् इह वैरिणम् एड इति विद्धि एषः कामः रजोगुणसमुद्भवः. This desire is born of Rajoguna. Rajoguna is the one which produces the desire. And Rajoguna Samudva, Eshaha Krodha. Again this anger. What is the relation between desire and anger? Not two entities, one and the same. Desire, when meets with a pratibandha, obstruction, results into anger. That is how it is. Esha Krodha means the same kama which is born of Rajoguna now has transformed into anger, Krodha. And therefore, Krodha also is born of Rajoguna, only Rajoguna Samudva. And what is the nature of these both? This kama. Mahashanaha. Mahashanaha means Mahad Ashanam Yasya. Even the glutton is not the word for whom. One who is eating during means one who can never be satiated. One who can never be made contented. That's what it is. You may think, I have only one desire, therefore let me fulfill it and try. What will happen? By the time you fulfill one desire, one more or a couple of them have, or that means have cropped up. By the time you, that means take to some measure to fulfill them. Furthermore, they are like what is called as Ravana's heads. You know Ravana's head? Ravana had how many heads? You say 10. But you know the nature of that? When Rama was chopping one head, and it was rolling down, and he is now what? He has cut the second one, the first has cropped up again. By the time he has cut the third one, second which has already fallen down has again come up. So he went on cutting the head, and the earlier head started again rising up. So we may think we have fulfilled the desire, but by the time you think that you have fulfilled the desire, few more, that is, they are born. There is no end to that. So Mahashanaha. So the one who is eating is, that is too much, such a one, Mahashanaha, and as a result of it, Mahapapma. When a person is under the spell of a desire, the person will not hesitate to do anything whatsoever, even if it is adharmic in nature. The person loses the sense of discretion, discrimination, and may indulge in papa karma. Mahapapma. So that is one who can be that desire and anger can be the cause of great sin. It may prompt the individual to indulge in such things. As a result of it, he can get great sins. Mahapapma. And therefore, iha, in this Vyavahara Jagat, in this world, enam vairinam iti vidhi. Know this kama as vairi. What is pointed out? This desire born of Rajoguna is the enemy. What are the context? What are you discussing? Anicca prarabdha. But what is pointed out as the desire? Where is your anicca prarabdha here? Now what is the source of desire? Rajoguna. Why that Rajoguna should be in this person and not other person? Because this person lived like that in the past, now it is what? Predominant with the Rajoguna. So therefore, That Rajoguna which has induced the desire is the product of past prarabdha. And it is so powerful that at this juncture is viveka, the faculty of discrimination is not available for application. Because of what? Prarabdha karma. That way we have to take anicca prarabdha. So therefore, that is because of prarabdha, Rajoguna is activated. And when the Rajoguna is activated, Kama, Krodha are bound to be there. And that activation of Rajoguna is so powerful because of his past prarabdha. At this level, the viveka, the common sense also is not available for this person. So that being the case, so it is on account of such prarabdha only. So here one may think, no, this Ichcha because of Kama Krodha and not because of Prarabdha. So the further explanation is given by Lord Krishna. Svabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmana kartum nechasi anmohat karishasya vashopi tat. 18th chapter, stanza 60. Kaunteya svabhavajena svena karmana nibaddhaha. Kaunteya svabhavajena svena karmana nibaddhaha adtvam mohat yat kartum na ichchasi. Mohat yat kartum na ichchasi tat avashaha api ad san karishasi. Tat avashaha api ad san karishasi. Kaunteya Arjuna, Swabhavajena svena karmana nibaddhatvam. You are bound by your own karmas, the prarabdha karma, which have resulted now in terms of swabhava. Swabhava. You say swabhava means nature, disposition. But here, that swabhava means what was earlier told as prakriti. Prakriti. And what is prakriti? Stanza 155. Sadrusham cheshtate swasyaha prakrutirjnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. Actually it was 33rd stanza of 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, quoted here in the stanza 155. So there we have seen what is prakriti. The sanskaras based on prarabdha karma manifest in this life at time of birth. The person as it obtains is programmed by all the sanskaras which have resulted here in terms of immediate prarabdha karma. There we had seen what is prakriti. Purva krita dharma dharmadi sanskaraha. Dharma dharmadi sanskaraha. The sanskaras in terms of dharma adharma. Dharma dharma here is punya and papa, not religion here. The sanskaras in terms of papa punya vartamana janmadau abhivyaktaha manifest at the beginning of present birth. That is what is called as the prakriti. Means the disposition, the latent the impressions in terms of disposition that is manifest in the case of a given individual at the time of birth. That is what prakriti, same prakriti is called here as the swabhava. Kaunteya Arjuna, swabhavajena svena karmana. Prakriti. For example, What is Arjuna's Swabhava? What disposition he has got? Kshatra Swabhava. Not a Kshatriya. He was top to bottom a Kshatriya who can never tolerate adharma. So that is what he was. So that is what Kshatra Swabhava. So this way, with respect to few things, every individual is programmed. Of course, there is a provision to make use of self-effort. But self-effort will have to first counteract the Prakriti and then yield the further result. Every individual has got one's own innate tendencies in terms of this disposition because of prarabdha karma. But now he can make oneself or mar oneself by one's own effort. But while putting forth the efforts, what about the earlier prarabdha, swabhava? That will be there, will have to be counteracted. That is why many times we find, in spite of the same efforts put forth by different individuals, results differ. One succeeds, other doesn't succeed because of the earlier drag maybe there. That being the case here, Kaunteya Swabhavajena Svena Karmana. Svena Karmana means Swakiyena Prarabdhena Karmana. One's own prarabdha karma which has resulted now in terms of this disposition, prakriti or swabhava. So nibaddha tvam, you are nibaddha, you are bound, and as a result of that, yat mohat yat kartum na ichhasi. Arjuna, you have told me you are not going to fight. You have not thought properly. So you have not applied your viveka. No doubt you have decided not to fight, but it is because of what? Moha. Mohat means avivekataha. Because of lack of discrimination, you think you will not be fighting. But remember, avasha tat means that whatever that you don't want to do because of lack of due to aviveka, tat, that one. Avashaha api sankarishyasi. Helplessly you are going to do that in future. In Arjuna's case, what was that? He may say, I won't fight, but a time will come, he is bound to take to fight. Why? What was his immediate plan? Not fighting and going where? That is what? Bhikshamapi haloke shreyas. Means even to live a life of bhiksha. Arjuna has said. Life of bhiksha is for whom? Remember, Arjuna, who is Arjuna? A grahastha. A grahastha is not entitled for a life of bhiksha. A brahmachari may be entitled, but he is no more a brahmachari. He is already a grahastha. And he is aspiring to take to a life given to bhiksha. Means what is in his mind? Take sannyasa. He knows the culture, he knew. Okay? Take sannyasa. Go to Rishikesh and Himalayas and take to sannyasa. And I won't fight. Arjuna, to begin with, you may do that. But do you know, even then you will not be able to live a life of a sannyasi. Do you know why? You may go and take sannyasa. Where are you now? On the battlefront. Right? And if you desert the battlefront, what Dharmaraja is going to do? All hopes of success are lying on you. If you desert, Dharmaraja is beating the retreat. What will happen? Still Pandavas are there. You mean to say Duryodhana will keep quiet? Because so long as you people are there, Duryodhana knows many subjects will have loyalty to whom? Pandavas. Because Pandavas were dharmic people. They will have loyalty to you. Arjuna, Duryodhana will never tolerate it. What will you do? He has got DD at his disposal now. Do you know why? All India Radio or DD. Because he is the king and all communication means are at his disposal. He will see to it that your name is spoiled and he will publicize. Do you know why Arjuna left the battlefront? Not out of compassion. Arjuna got frightened of us. When he saw Bhishma, Drona, etc., he got frightened and he ran away from the Bad friend. Certainly this news is going to come to your ears. What will you do after and then? Your blood will start boiling because Kshatriya Swabhava is there. At that time, are you going to fight further? Or that you are taken to sannyasa, but you will in a dilemma. So therefore, avashaha api. So that your disposition will not leave you just like that. So, mohat karishati. So this way, so even here also, why this person should have such a swabhava or prakriti? Because of past prarabdha. Why not a person have it? Prarabdha is different. So that is anicca prarabdha. So the third variety wherein paresha prarabdha, neither willingly taken to, nor forcibly taken to, but taken to favor someone. नानिच्छन्तो न चेच्छन्तः परदाक्षिण्यसंयुताः सुखदुःखे भजन्ते तत् परेच्छापूर्वकर्म हि अनिच्छन्ता न संधि ब्रेकिंग है न अनिच्छन्तः नानिच्छन्तः न च इच्छन्तः न चेच्छन्तः परदाक्षिण्य संयुताः सुखदुःखे भजन्ति एतत् परेच्छा पूर्वकर्म हि संधि ब्रेकिंग नाउ टेक अन्वय अनिच्छन्तः एड अपि न भजन्ति सेकंड लाइन भजन्ति अनिच्छन्तः एड अपि न भजन्ति इच्छन्तः फर्दर एड अपि देन च न अगेन भजन्ति इच्छन्तः अपि च न भजन्ति देन एड किंतु परदाक्षिण्य संयुताः सुख दुःखे अगेन भजन्ति एतद्धि परेच्छा पूर्वकर्म अनिच्छन्तः अपि न भजन्ति. This is the third variety. न भजन्ति means न अनुभवन्ति. They don't take to such desires. Such desires don't crop up in them on account of what? Anichyantaha means with anicca prarabdha, this don't come, such desires don't come in their mind. Okay, then they may be taking willingly, no. Ichyantaha api nacha bhajanti. They don't experience such desire willingly. It is not on account of ichcha prarabdha also. And how do they take to? It says, kintu, whereas paradakshinya sanyutaha endowed with paradakshinya pareshu paradakshinyam dakshinya means anukulasya bhavaha tena sanyuta, being favorably disposed to others. A person doesn't want to do, nor anyone has forced to do, but some have requested him. Requesting is different than forcing. And this person says, if I take to this, I am not at loss at all. But someone else is going to get benefit. Why not favor them? Just to oblige the other person. So that is what is called as to favor others. It is not willingly, not forcibly, but only obligingly. That is what they pareshu dakshinyam. Dakshinyam means anukulasya bhava. A favorable disposition towards others, to just to oblige them. Because they are, by your acting, though you are neither gaining anything nor losing anything, but they are certainly going to get benefited. Why not help them? Out of this favorable disposition, that is what is called as paradakshinyam, anukulasya bhava. They endowed with that sanyutaha. What they do? Sukha dukkhe bhajanti. They experience, undergo sukha and dukkha also. Both they undergo. That is what is called as so, bhajanti. Etat. This is the one. He well known the Shastra certainly. Parecha purva karma. Purva karma means prarabdha karma. It is parecha prarabdha karma. Ajnani, doing something of no use to that person, but loka sangra. No, what is called loka sangra. For loka sangra, for the good of the humanity, he may do things. He has neither will nor against it, but for the others, he. So this way, even for jnani, there are three types of prarabdha with respect to ichha. Ichha prarabdha, aniccha prarabdha, parecha, anecha prarabdha. If that is the case, the doubt is, earlier, in the beginning of this chapter, Atmanam ched vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusanjuret. I hope you have not forgotten it. Entire chapter is commentary on this mantra. If he has got the direct knowledge of Atma, kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusanjuret. Desiring what? For fulfilling what will he get afflicted after the body means will he run after the sense object and get afflicted by that means he will not have any desire. So it gives a notion that kimichan kasya kamaya, desiring what? For the sake of fulfilling which desire he will take to all these things. So is it not a contradiction? Now you are talking of three types of ichhas. Ichha prarabdha. That is because of one's own prarabdha. Ichha prarabdha, aniccha prarabdha, anecha prarabdha. Whatever may be the prarabdha, ichha is there or not, desire is there or not. And there it was told kimichan. So how are you going to reconcile? Is it not a contradiction? No. There, what was referred to by kimichan is not the absence of desire, but it was the absence of the reality for it. Means those desires were not the binding desires. What we have to be careful is about the binding desire. Desire by fulfilling which I hope to be a better lot, a happier one. And therefore I take to karma. And those karmas give rise to karma phalas. Karma phalas, what they do? Take me to the further transmigration. Those are the things to be avoided. So here, though that is, desires are there, they have no reality because of the knowledge of Atma Swarupa. But in the case, the same thing is now being pointed out. Katham tarhi kimicchaniti evamichha nishidhyate necha nishedha kintvichha बाधो भर्जित बीजवत कथम तर्हि किमिच्छन इति एवं इच्छा निषिध्यते अयम इच्छा निषेधः न इच्छा निषेधः becomes नेच्छा निषेधः अयम इच्छा निषेधः न किंतु भर्जित बीजवत इच्छा बाधः Now the question is based on that. Kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusanjvaret. Says katham tari. The objection is, doubt is, how then kimichan iti evam ichha nishidhyate. Earlier, kimichan kasya kamaya means he doesn't have the desire. How is that absence of desire is told earlier? That is the doubt for which answer is given. Ayam ichha nishedhana. That word kimichan, so, is not actually pointing out the absence of desire. What does it point out? Into whereas Bharjita Bijavat Ichha Badha, annulment of the desire. That pointing out the desire is incapable of giving rise to further transmigration. That is what is being pointed out. Ichha Badha. Badha, Nishedha in terms of negation, in terms of absence, whereas Badha in terms of, that is, removing the power of further transmigration. That is what is called Badha. So, Ichha Nishedhana, whereas Kintu, Bharjita Bijavat, like a roasted seed, Ichha Badha. Desire is annulled. It is not capable of giving rise to future birth in terms of karmas and karma, giving rise to papa punya and ordering the future embodiment. It is not possible. So that Bharjita Bijavat, like roasted seed doesn't germinate. It is not like that. These desires of the jnani, though they are present there, they are incapable of giving rise to future birth. Bharjita Bijavat, that illustration is further explained. Bharjitani tu bijani santya karyakarani cha vidvadichcha tatheshtavya असत्व बोधान कार्यकृत. एड यथा भर्जितानि तु बीजानि, यथा भर्जितानि तु बीजानि कार्यकराणि सन्ति, कार्यकराणि सन्ति च not akaryakaraani santi, akaryakaraani santi, yatha bharjitani tu bijani santi akaryakaraani santyakaryakaraani, akaryakaraani santi तथा विद्वदिच्छा इष्टव्या, इष्टव्या एड सा असत्वबोधात् न कार्यकृत, असत्वबोधात् न कार्यकृत. यथा भर्जितानि तु बीजानि, जस्ट एज भर्जितानि बीजानि, रोस्टेड सीड्स, रोस्टेड सीड्स, व्हाट दे डू बीजानि, अकार्यकराणि च अकार्यकराणि सन्ति च, they don't germinate, they don't produce the effect, means they don't sprout, they don't germinate. Even if you sow the roasted seed, they are not going to germinate at all. No sprout will come. So that's why I say, Tatha, in the same manner, Vidvad Ichcha Ishtavya. Accordingly, what is to be done? The desire of a jnani, Vidushaha Ichcha Vidvad Ichcha. The desire of a jnani should be accepted. Accepted means desire of a jnani also is incapable of giving rise to future embodiment. In the case of ajnani, what happens? Desires lead to the future transmigration, punarjanma, embodiment. Desire, ichha, karma, karma phala, punarjanma. Whereas in the case of jnani, it is not so at all. So that is how you say, ishtavya, to be accepted. Why so? Because sa, that ichha, asatva bodhat, na karyakrit. Desire is for what? A desired object. But jnani knows the desired object is false in nature. He never will ascribe any reality to the desired object. Though because of the particular context some desire is there, he knows well, this will be explained in detail, he knows well that it is false in nature and there is no reality for that, and that being the case, that is asattvabodhat. That is kamyanam mithyatva jnana. Whatever kamya means desired object, it being it's mithyatva jnana, knowing well that it is false in nature. So what happens? That ichcha karyakrutna. Karyakrutna means doesn't produce its effect in terms of afflictions, sorrows or future birth. Desires need not be taken only of future birth. Here what they do? Desires means lot of afflictions etc. are bound to come. Such effects, the desires in the case of jnani are not capable of producing. Then the doubt may be like this. If this is the case, why do you accept ichcha in the case of jnani? If ichcha, the desire in the case of jnani doesn't produce the result, you should not accept the desire in the case of a jnani. If it produces the result, you can accept it. If it doesn't produce the result, why should you accept? No, some result is there. Some result is there, will be shown with the same example of the roasted seed. Dagdha bijamarohepi bhakshanaayopayujyate vidvadichchapyalpabhogam kuryanna vyasanam bahu. Dagdha bijam arohe api bhakshanaya upayujyate. Bhakshanaya upayujyate. Add tatha. Vidvadichchapi alpabhogam kuryat. Vidvadichchapi alpabhogam kuryat. Bahu vyasanam na, add again kuryat. See, dagdha bijam arohe api bhakshanaya upayujyanti. A roasted seed will not germinate. Only on that account you can't say there is no effect. Right? Also useful. What is useful? Moongfali, shingdana, roasted. It will not germinate, but why it is sold? It is what? Bhakshanaya upayujyate. For eating means temporarily it will appease the hunger. Even if hunger is not there, at least for time pass it will be useful. That's why time pass, That's why these vendors know your psychology. You should, I don't know what is nowadays. Long back I had seen Bombay Pune train. Also sometime long back I had seen also, I was going to Rajkot. Moment the train stopped at Borivali station, attack. All vendors with all varieties of items, and there is a customer for everything. I was wondering, these people are more than the passengers in the compartment. But there are the speakers for that. And also Bombay Pune. All these things, they know how to, including toys. बच्चा के लिए बच्चे का बाप के लिए बच्चे का माँ के लिए all demonstration there as such. So what is there? There are people who will take for that. So that is how it is. Anyway, so that is, at least it may be for time pass, for not for anything. Here, why say tatkalika? The roasted seed will not appease your hunger for ever. Only for some time it will appease. You see, there is what some. Your food is yet to come, but till then you can manage with this chana or something saying, etc., you can do. Similarly, tatha vidvadicha api, just as roasted seeds give only alpa bhoga. Alpa bhoga means they will not fill your stomach, but temporarily it will keep your hunger in abeyance by appeasing for a short while. Like that, vidvadicha api, even that is desire of vidwan means here jnani, not a scholar, jnani. Alpa bhogam kurya, gives little bhoga, so little experiences depending on what it is. Whereas bahu vyasanam na kurya, it doesn't produce. Bahu vyasana means the jnani is not going to indulge in the fulfillment of desire, etc., and taking to many karmas, etc. He is not going to take to all that. But little result it does bring in the case of jnani. Why does he not indulge fully? He knows the false nature of the desired object. That in the case. Little result is there, but not total afflictions, etc., are not going to come at all. The question will come. Listen. The prarabdha karma itself will give him vyasana afflictions through bhoga. Bhoga means experiences. Experiences can be sukha or dukkha. And both sukha dukkha are on account of what? Prarabdha karma. How do you say vyasana is not there? Afflictions are not there. The prarabdha karma itself is going to give this person. No. That bhoga itself, what does it do? It nullifies the prarabdha karma. Further production of all these sorrows, etc., are not there. Bhogena charitarthatva prarabdham karma hiyate bhoktavya satyata bhrantya vyasanam tatra jayate. Prarabdham karma bhogena charitarthatva hiyate. Bhogena charitarthatva hiyate. Tatra भोक्तव्य सत्यता भ्रांत्या व्यसनम जायते. व्यसनम जायते. तत्र भोक्तव्य सत्यता भ्रांत्या व्यसनम जायते. प्रारब्ध कर्म. Which प्रारब्ध कर्म? अनिवार्य, which cannot be avoided at all. Indispensable, which is anivarya, which cannot be avoided. That prarabdha karma, what does it do? Bhogena charitarthatva. Bhogena means bhoga dwara. By undergoing the experiences thereof on account of those prarabdha karma which are indispensable. So it is charitarthatva. Charitarthatva means because it has accomplished its purpose, it has accomplished its end. By just undergoing the experiences, the prarabdha karma has got exhausted. No new karma this jnani is going to start. Charitarthatva. Because it has ended or accomplished its purpose, what does it do? Hiyate. Hiyate means swayam nashyati. Prarabdha karma itself is over. Doesn't give rise to further karma at all because this jnani has no interest any further. Now, how does prarabdha karma gives rise to further afflictions, etc.? How sorrows come on account of prarabdha karma? He says, this is the reason. Tatra. Tatra there means bhoge. In the objects, beings or events of experience, in that bhoktavya satyata bhrantya. Whatever being experienced in terms of sukha and dukkha, because of the erroneous notion that bhoktavya, the thing to be experienced, sukha dukkha are what? satya, they are real. Because of the notion that the sukha dukkhadi which are being experienced are real in nature, because of that bhranti, erroneous notion, in that bhogya what happens? Vyasanam jayate. Vyasanam jayate means vikshepa, agitation, sorrows are born. Simply undergoing the prarabdha and whatever the bhoga that is there, what will happen? The prarabdha bhoga will be over, karma will be over. But having the notion of reality in the sukha, dukkha and other things which are being experienced on account of prarabdha karma will give rise to further vikshepa. So how it gives rise to further vikshepa, vyasana, is now demonstrated. Ma vinashatvayam bhogaha vardhatamuttarottaram ma vigna pratibadnantu dhanyosmyasmaditi brahmaha ayam bhogaha ma vinashyatu uttarottaram. Add there kintu uttarottaram. Kintu add uttarottaram. Further add bhavi kale vardhatam. Ayam bhogaha ma vinashyatu. Add kintu uttarottaram. Further add bhavi kale vardhatam. Vignaha ma pratibadnantu. Vignaha ma pratibadnantu. Asmad dhanyaha asmi iti brahmaha. Asmad dhanyaha asmi iti brahmaha. So this is how they give rise to further vyasana, further problems. What is it? Ayam bhogaha ma vinashyatu. This person is experiencing something desirable. He is enjoying something. What is the now? Further plans. Now it is going on. Ayam bhogaha means adya anubhuyamanaha bhogaha. Whatever that I am enjoying now, this object of experience, this vishaya of my enjoyment, ma vinashyatu. Let it never perish. Let it never get destroyed. On the contrary, kintu, whereas uttarottaram bhavikale vardhatam. In future, bhavikale, uttarottaram, further and further with compound interest, let it grow. Is it not? Be honest, okay. So, let it grow in future further and further. Not only that, vignaha ma pratibadnantu. The person knows. Maybe now I am enjoying, at any time obstruction is possible. Vignaha, obstruction, ma pratibadnantu. Let them not obstruct my enjoyment. And asma dhanyaha asmi iti brahmaha. I am really blessed because of this bhoga. Iti brahmaha. This is a wrong notion, misapprehension. Why? Why? He got an enjoyment. What is wrong in that? If you aspire, let it flourish, strive further. Okay. Let not obstructions come. I am really blessed. You know why? You may have wishful thinking. It is not going to get fulfilled unless, we don't say it will not get fulfilled, but it will not get fulfilled unless there is what? Corresponding material for that. What is the material? Past punya, to have that bhoga multiplied in future. Only because you desire, you will not get. You should what? You should deserve. You should deserve either by efforts of present or of the past, you should desire. Mere desiring is not going to give you the result. So therefore, if you simply desire, you are landing in more and more sorrows without any fulfillment. So therefore, such notion is only a Brahma, a wrong evaluation, a misapprehension, an error on the part of the person not knowing what the real thing is. In the context, now how to get rid of this? Such myth, see, such notion is natural for everyone. Let it be forever. So let it grow, thrive further. Let there be no obstructions. I am really lesser. How to overcome such wrong, erroneous notion? So of course, that is not the topic here. Just by the by, author gives, better have an objective vision. You may struggle hard, that is okay, that is fine. But only because you desire, don't think you are going to get it. Better have such objective vision. What is that? Yada bhavi na tad bhavi, bhavi che na tadanyatha, iti chinta vishagnoyam, bodho bhrama nivartakaha, yad abhavi tad न भावी, यद अभावी तद न भावी, तद न भावी, भावी चेत तद न अन्यथा। भावी चेत तद न अन्यथा इति चिंता विषग्नः अयं बोधः भ्रम निवर्तकः। इति चिंता विषग्नः अयं बोधः भ्रम निवर्तकः। So better have such vision. What is it? Yad abhavi tat na bhavi. That which is not going to take place, tad na bhavi, it will never, means that which is destined not to take place. Never going to take place. Bhavi che, that which is bound to occur, take place. Tad anyatha na, it can never be warded off. This attitude, iti chinta vishagnaha ayam bodha. Ayam bodha. This attitude, this understanding is what? Chinta vishagnaha. Destroys the poison of chinta, concern. And it removes what? Bhrama nivartakaha. It removes the erroneous notion. See, what he says is, get rid of this chinta. Suppose you want to fulfill something, work for it. The author is not stopping you from working for fulfillment of certain desire. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. If you have got a kama, take to the appropriate means. But one thing, take care that you take to the means. What type of means? Artha, kama, you may try to fulfill, but follow the dharma. But keep in mind, ultimately you have to have the goal of what? Moksha. That's a different thing. But only because some enjoyment has come, you are wishing or not to have the obstruction, etc. That chinta by itself is of no use. It is futile. On the contrary, it will make you land in sorrows only. At that time, have this Brahma Nivartaka, this attitude. So why the chinta is called Visha? Because always that wishful thinking will be there. When will I get this? When this obstruction will go? Come on. Only because you are doing japa, you want something. And repeatedly you are thinking of that, when will I get it, when will I get it, when will I get it. And some sorrow is there, some obstruction is there. When will I get rid of it, when will I get rid of it. Are you going to get rid from that or accomplishing that? It is not possible. Better be practical. So this is there must be some reason. If you are capable of counteracting it, Shastra doesn't stop. That's why Purushartha is there. But your brooding is not going to help you anyway. The Chinta is not going to help you in any way. So therefore this attitude must be there. Now, further doubt can be like this. Jnani also undergoes, see we are talking of prarabdha karma, fine. Jnani also undergoes the prarabdha karma bhoga. Ajnani also undergoes the prarabdha karma bhoga. Both undergo the bhoga experiences in accordance with the prarabdha. Why Jnani doesn't get Vyasana, Vikshepa and prarabdha, that means sorrow. Why Ajnani gets the Vyasana, Vikshepa, though both are undergoing the bhoga in accordance with the prarabdha karma. What is the distinction? He says, wrong notion is itself the distinction here. Samepi bhoge vyasanam Bhranto gacchena buddhavan Ashakyarthasya sankalpat Bhrantasya vyasanam bahu. Jnana, add there, jnani, jnanyajnaninoho. Jnani, ajnani, jnanyajnani. Jnanyajnaninoho. Bhoge same api. Bhrantaha. Vyasanam gacche. Bhrantaha. Vyasanam gacche. Buddhavan Vyasanam Nagacche. Buddhavan Vyasanam Nagacche. Ashakyarthasya Ashakyarthasya Sankalpat Bhantasya Bahu Vyasanam Ad Bhavati. अशक्यार्थस्य संकल्पात् भ्रांतस्य बहु व्यसनम एड भवति. Both in the case of jnani and ajnani, jnani ajnaninoh bhoge same api. The prarabdha karma phala bhoga is one and the same. Jnani also undergoes the bhoga because of prarabdha karma. Ajnani also undergoes the bhoga because of prarabdha karma. So both are common. What is it? Bhrantaha. Bhrantaha is ajnani, the ignorant person who has no knowledge of Atma Swarupa. Bhrantaha, what does he do? Vyasanam gacche. Undergoes the afflictions, sorrows on account of the bhoga. Whereas, in contrast to this, Buddhavan. Buddhavan means Jnanavan, one who has got Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Buddhavan, Jnanavan, Atma Jnani. Buddhavan, Vyasanam Nagacche. Doesn't undergo any affliction or sorrows. What is the reason? How is it? The reason is Ajnani does this blunder. What does he do? Ashakyarthasya sankalpat Bhantasya bahu vyasanam bhavati. In the case of a Bhranta, Ajnani, he has got lot of vyasana, lot of problems, lot of afflictions. Why? Ashakyarthasya sankalpa. He does sankalpa. He wants to have the things which are ashakya, impossible. What do you mean by ashakya? Means, so, the things which are false in nature, he takes them to be real and runs after them. Ashakyarthasya means, look here, the objective world he takes as real. What makes him take them as real? Bhranti. Not knowing the Swarupa, he mistakes them to be real. So therefore, these Vishayas, which are the product of wrong notion, erroneous notion, Vyavaharata may be there, but taking them as real is certainly a wrong notion. So, and such, therefore they are ashakya, means just impossible. And he has got sankalpa for them. May I have them, etc. So all this, may they grow for that is may I have that that means thriving bhoga in future, no obstruction should be there, so I am blessed, etc. So therefore, so what he gets subjected to, bahu vyasanam bhavati, more vyasanas are there. Whereas a jnani interacting with the same bhogya, the same object, has no vyasana, no affliction, because he has, though he is undergoing the experiences, he has least interest in them. He has no interest in them, but what to do? Prarabdha is such that he has to undergo through them. Mayamayatvam bhogasya buddha sthamupasamharan bhunjanopi na sankalpam kurute vyasanam kutaha bhogasya mayamayatvam buddha astham upasamharan bhunjanaha api sankalpam na kurute. Bhunjanaha api sankalpam na kurute. Vyasanam kutaha. Vyasanam kutaha. Bhogasya mayamayatvam buddha. Jnani knows this. Bhogasya. Bhogasya means of bhogya vastu. The objects, etc. of experience. Enjoyment means both experience or sorrow, also this. Suffering also both. Mayamayatvam buddha, having known well their false nature. Mayamaya means they are product of Maya, means they are false in nature. Only because experience they cannot be real. You know. Generally our concept is what? Whatever that is experienced is real. We have to think little. That's all. Dream, do you experience or not? Do you consider as real? No. Do you know why? With respect to dream, you are a paramadhyani. So you know that dream is false. But with respect to waking state experiences, we are parama adhyanis. Why? How do you say dream is false? Because you have seen a reality based on which, in contrast to which, the dream is false. What is that? Waking state. But here, we have not awakened to that reality which is our true nature, from the standpoint of which we can falsify the waking as what? Equally false like the dream. That's why the waking appears to be real. Just as the dream world can never be taken as false by a dreamer. Dreamer, so long as the person is dreaming, will never take the dreamt world as false. But the same person, after waking up, you need not educate him unless he is a child or something. Everyone knows it is false in nature. Also, so bhogasya mayamayatva, they were false in nature. Buddha, jnani, knowing this well, astham upasamharan, no interest at all in the bhogya. Because of prarabdha he has to undergo, but there is no interest at all. So therefore what does he do? Astham upasamharan, upasamharan, withdrawing the astha, the interest or apeksha. He has no expectation, he has no interest, but yet undergoes the experiences because prarabdha is so. And therefore this jnani, bhunjanaha api. Because of prarabdha, he cannot, that is avoid it. For example, jnani is hungry. He has to eat food or not? He will eat like any other. What can you do? Why? He can't avoid it. Why he can't avoid? Hunger is there because of stomach is there. Stomach is there because of body is there. Body is there because of But he is a jnani. Yes, that is jnani true. Now he is a jnani, but when he has taken the embodiment, he was a jnani unless you are a Vamadeva. Vamadeva was an exception. Vamadeva was born a jnani. Born a jnani means when he was born, but 9 months he was a jnani only. 9th month he got the knowledge in the mother's womb. And then he was born as a jnani. Very, very exceptional case. There are also some reasons there. When he was conceived, what happened? There was a powerful prarabdha that he had to take an embodiment, and he was undergoing the experiences of that embodiment up to the 9 months in the mother's womb. At the end of 9 months, that powerful prarabdha wherein he had to take the embodiment got clear. And earlier he had taken to the pursuit, obstruction in gaining the knowledge got cleared. What happened? Suddenly, like the tube light whose switch was put on 5 minutes earlier, now chuck, it got lit. How? Switch was put on 5 minutes earlier, but there was some problem with the choke. Some obstruction was there. It took 5 minutes to get the obstruction clear, and now it is lit. Also, Vamadeva in past life did work for the knowledge, but that powerful prarabdha to take the next embodiment was there. And what happened? 9 months it got clear because he underwent the experiences. That prarabdha, that obstruction went, knowledge dawned because of the earlier effort. So that is fine. Otherwise, the very fact that we are born means we are ajnanis. Now knowledge is gained. Because of earlier momentum of prarabdha, the body will continue until its momentum is exhausted. Until that, what will happen? Whatever the needs of the body, whatever ups and downs in the prarabdha that is there, as a result, whatever sukha dukkhas that are going to be there, the person has to undergo, cannot avoid it. So therefore it says, so astham upasamharan, withdrawing the interest or any without any expectation whatsoever. So bhunjanaha api, though this jnani undergoes the prarabdha karma bhoga, certainly he doesn't do this. Sankalpam na kurute. No more consideration like what? As told earlier in stanza 167. Ma vignaha pratibandhantu uttarottaram vardhatam ma vinashyatu ayam bhogaha. Let this not perish. Let not obstruction come. Let this bhoga enjoyment thrive further and further. Such sankalpas he doesn't do. Right? Sooner I get rid of this, it is better. But I am कान पकड़ता हूँ ना, तो कान पकड़ता हूँ. Say like that means I don't want to do it further. Once mistake done, let me undergo it and get out of them. So therefore, bhunjanaha api sankalpam na kurute. So therefore, when he has no consideration like this, let me have further, etc. Vyasanam kutaha. How can be there any occasion for further distress on the part of a jnani? He is not at all bothered. He has no such sankalpa at all. Now, this is astham upasamharan was told. He has no interest at all. He has no apeksha. The question may be like this. Maybe this jnani has discovered what? The bhoga is false. Objects also are false. That is true. But if he is undergoing the bhoga, the experience, interest will be there or not? Interest has to be there. How do you say astham upasamharan? Without any interest, without any expectation. How is it possible? He says, now answer is given. He knows the exact nature of the objects of desire and all the bhoga. Everything is nothing but like something it is falsely projected, like these illustrations are now being given. Swapnendra jala sadrisham achintya rachanatmakam drishtanashtam jagat pashyan कथं तत्रानुरज्यति. First line as it is. स्वप्नेन्द्रजाल सदृशम अचिन्त्य रचनात्मकम दृष्टनष्टम जगत् पश्यन् तत्र कथम अनुरज्यति. तत्र कथम अनुरज्यति. Jnani cuts the world to its own side. He doesn't deny the perceptual reality to the world. He certainly accepts the perceptual reality, but he knows whatever perceived truly is not as it is, as it appears to be. Therefore, he has got this, that is, understanding about the world. This world with all its variegated things, objects, beings and events, Swapnendra Jala Sadrisham. It is Swapna Sadrisham or Indrajala Sadrisham. Sadrisham means Tulyam. It is like a dream or Indrajala. Indrajala means magic. Magician presenting certain feats. So it is like the magic or it is like the Swapna. How? This dream when experienced, does it appear to be real or not? If a magician presents something, does it appear to be real or not? From nowhere he brings out the rabbit and holds with the ear and hangs in front of you. It appears to be real or not? Yes. But when you know it is a magic, what do you think? You are entertained, no doubt. You appreciate his, all this, that means what? Feats. At the same time, you know it to be false in nature. You don't get carried away by that. So long as you don't know it to be magic, you get carried away, you take it to be real. So long as you are dreaming, you take it to be real. But when you know, when you wake up from the dream or you know it to be magic, you have no, that means you don't ascribe any reality like that. Swapnendra Jala Sadrisham Achintya Rachanatmakam. This world is something which is Achintya Rachanatmakam. Though appears to be real and experienced to be so, it is something which is inconceivable. Its Rachana, its, that means the construction or its features are something which is Achintya, means you cannot conceive. Why you cannot conceive? It appears to be real, but truly it is not real. If it were not there at all, you can straight away dismiss, there is nothing. If it were real, you can know it is to be real. But it is experienced, but truly not there. Therefore, something which is inconceivable, its nature itself is something which is inconceivable. And therefore it is what? Drishta Nashtam Jagat. Drishtam, certainly experienced, certainly perceived, but Nashtam, some subject to destruction. So, Drishta Nashtam Jagat means Vyavahare Satyataya Drishtam. Transaction does appear to be real, but Paramarthataya, when you inquire into its reality, it is not there at all. Like your dream or some magic. Therefore, Drishta Nashtam Jagat. So therefore in the case when he knows that, Tatra, in such Jagat, Katham Anurajyati, how can he have any interest? Because he knows the true nature of oneself, in light of which the Jagat is, he knows to be false in nature, though perceptibly it is available and it appears as though real, but he knows the false nature of the Jagat. Therefore, he has no such interest at all. We'll see further. Om Swasti Prajabhyat Paripalayantam Nyayena Madhena Mahimahesha Lokramahesha Shubhamastu Nityam
समस्ता